Hello everyone, and welcome to PSGL F5 for the PlayStation. I am your commentator Brendan, and I am joined by Evan, as we have been here for a couple of seasons now. Although Evan can't really come in a normal capacity, given there is a bit of technical difficulties with updating his game, so he is still here in the commentary box. So how are you doing today?
Hello everybody, yes, welcome back to Portugal for the opening round of the PSGL F5 Season 30 season. I'm not actually in Portugal at the minute, I'm currently looking at a loading screen. Cheers PlayStation, but we are here once again for qualifying. An interesting season ahead of us, and the man currently on provisional pole is Ewan Baker for AlphaTauri. Of course, my time screen will be a little bit behind for a moment, but Brendan can carry you through this one. We're in the amazing Portimao, though. Of course, the 4.653 kilometre circuit with 15 corners in Portimao, the biggest city in the Algarve region. And we are in for an exciting race here today.
And we do apologise for the late start time, as we just were waiting to see if the technical difficulties would pass for Evan. But obviously they haven't released, so we decided just to get it underway. We have Ewan Baker on pole at the moment with a 1:16.4. Obviously we're looking to try and improve, as no doubt we would probably see some track evolution at some point. Well, throughout the session.
Track evolution is big around Portugal. Once you, if you want to get a late lap in, you need to get it as late as possible for the best strategy and the best time. The best strategy around here is really a soft medium, but a medium soft can also work. It just depends on where you start, really. So fantastic drivers here for this season. Only 18 here tonight, however. We can run you through them. The Merc is Black Box and Car Person. These are the main drivers, of course. They may not be the ones on your screen. These will be the main drivers for the season. The Red Bull of K3 Pass, Tim Wenting, Toxic Tomato and Bugatti will be the McLaren team. Bugatti, of course, racing the F5 last season. Aston Martin of Pro Gamer and Roven, the Alpine of Hasara and Sanchowitz. Then we have the AlphaTauri of Yogurt. Of course, Yogurt did the McLaren last season. He's in the AlphaTauri now. And Ewan Baker. And the Alfa Romeo of Zane and G or ZNY. The Haas of Vengeance and Bjorn. And then the Williams of T or T Dara, who was a late one into the season, but he is here now. And Stefano.
Yep, so there is the grid. And just to note, we did have a PSGL race winner at this very track. In commentary tonight, as Evan did win an F14 race on Thursday.
Yes, so, it was F14. We're not going to mention that it was F14. It was a race winner, they all count.
Yeah, they do. So obviously, qualifying isn't everything, given you did start P4, but qualifying will still be important enough around here just to get track position, as you often see DRS trains form during the race.
I was wondering when the negative side would get a spin on it, but oh well, we're here anyways. Currently on board with Bjorn. Well, I'm on board with Bjorn anyways for this one. He's running well. He's in Haas. Of course, Bjorn here last season as well for Alfa Romeo. He didn't have the best of times, but he's hoping to improve on that.
He's backed off now. You'll see that in a couple of seconds. Vengeance is on a lap, or he might be finishing a lap, so we might move from him. Just see if we can find someone. As Car Person will be beginning a lap here. As I believe Sancho is was he in P2 now? 1:16.4. Not bad for him. And yeah, so Car Person is starting the lap. And heading into turn 1 here. You dive for the apex, make sure you don't drift wide, or well, as no, that is invalid, so we will move on. Let's see if the key 2 can show us a bit more of a bit of a better lap. As someone might get past the first corner. So heading the main straight. Oh, you move up and then down, then back. And much better through there. Just to say, right kink at turn 2, turn 3 now. Just for the uphill left-hander turn 4 where traction can feel very limited. And now down towards, is it turn 5 or 6? And is done well there. You're gonna just have to show a little bit of speed before you get to this corner, which is very limited on traction. And if you can get a good exit from there, it can be, a lot. Zeman Baker has improved. 116.4. No. Oh, and that's around for Licky 2. The lap was looking alright up until then, but it is around the Ferrari goes. A common enough sight a couple of years ago, but maybe not so much now.
Yeah, of course, Zeman Baker last season wasn't looking the best. He is improving though. He's currently on provisional pole position. Was in the McLaren last season, joining Yogurt. He is once again Yogurt's teammate. However, they have gone for the AlphaTauri. Looking well though at the top of the timing sheets. That's the Ferrari of Bjorn, who has gone to P2.
Hasara's on pole.
Hasara has gone on pole position, and it's the Alpine of Hasara. Was here last season, of course. He was in the AlphaTauri last season, knocking off his whole team off their perch. That's well, it's great for him. It's not so great for AlphaTauri.
Hi, so the Alpine being the AlphaTauris, and is at the moment. Well, let's see if this laps is Marcel Grisney went P5 with his laps, so not bad for the Alfa Romeo. And that just leaves us with one car yet to set a lap time. That'll be the Aston Martin of UCL Roofer Gaming. And let's see where they can put the Aston Martin. So it's not. Let's see, keeping to the right, fuel simple showing, 14.15 is a 116.5, good enough for P8 on the grid at this moment. And the key 2 invalid, so the key 2 is definitely going to have to improve. That time will be nowhere near good enough to even have a glance to the top 10 as he's in. And it'll probably be a last run in a couple of minutes for him, as most people are either on, most people in the pits with 1 or 2 in an out lap, and then some in laps.
Yeah, it's very close qualifying so far here in Portugal. It is there's a very close midfield, and it's going to be really close in the dying stages. This could come down to who gets a lap in last, which is a tricky thing to pull off, because obviously, well, there's probably going to be one car behind you. That's how it always normally ends up.
Yeah, honestly, if you can be the last car, it means you get the best of the track conditions. And also, that's under now, as 2 drivers have managed to crack 16.3 so far. You have to wonder, will we see any, let's see, one, or actually we'll wonder, where will the time be, or well, what will the time be for pole position? Maybe 116.2 or 1, maybe a 0 if somebody has a lot in the tank for that last run.
Yeah, really, it could even get there. We might even get a break into the 15s if someone can set a good lap. A lot of movement in the pit lane now. As you can see, there'll be a couple of cars out on track in a moment's time. And it's important to time your lap right, because if you invalidate, you could have time for another lap if you have timed it right. But if you don't, then, well, unfortunately, it's one lap, one go. A lot more pressure is on, and you cannot just push to your absolute maximum. Got a few cars out on track now, however.
Yep, a good few cars out now. So I'm just trying to get ahead of the queue and not have to worry about getting through a lot of cars in their quality lap. So see, if you are first out there, you will have the clear track. You would hope so, anyway. As let's see now what will happen. I believe. Let's see. There's a Haas of Vengeance. Who's don't know. Oh, well, they're not completing a lap, so they're probably just trying to rush back to the pits now and maybe try get in and be one of the last people to set a lap. We do have, I believe it is the other has a Bjorn, who is going to be the first to set a lap on this last run in qualifying. So through the first couple of corners, looking alright. Keeping it high in the gears to avoid the wheel spin. And as down it goes towards the left-hander, it is looking okay. Doesn't seem too bad at the moment. Now let's see, we really know what the time will be. Now, it's all important uphill right-hander, where there seems like not too much issue with traction, not much oversteer, and important to try hit the apex here and make sure you avoid any chance of validation. And there's up just over 2.5 tenths. Car person gets out of the way, and it is we're through the penultimate corner, which the final braking zone. Before you just go through this right hand kink where you go, where it's up and then down, and now you go up and you will cross the line. It's good enough for P2 on the grid, so Track Evolution with a capital T.
That's a big improvement for Bjorn. He is looking good in this qualifying session, but that means a lot more drivers are going to improve here, because Track Evolution works for all 18 cars on the grid, not just for Bjorn.
P5.
Yep, here we go. You'll see the times ticking down and the positions going up for a lot of drivers as Stefano goes P5 in the wheels.
Gassi is P4. Black Box is now on pole. 116.2.
There we go. They're all trickling in from the bottom. It is Black Box on pole for Mercedes. He won a race last season here in the F5 tier, but other than that, it was a kind of disappointing
on pole
season.
now with 116.2. Times are really coming down here.
Really ticking down, and I believe my game might finally let me in just for the race in time. But this is a fantastic qualifying session, and it's only going to get better as time is now over.
Only P6. So, person who was on pole earlier in the session, they will not be anywhere near pole for this race. Vengeance, best you can do is P12. And that is car person now on pole, 116.1.
Here we go, the laps are ticking down. Could get into a 15 if someone can just nail a lap here.
Well, OP Zane won't be challenging anyway. P15 at best.
It's looking good for the Mercs here. It is looking good for the Mercs.
For Borrell, will be P9 at best there. And let's see now. See the Merc Black Box, obviously. They crossed the line with their lap before the timer counted, so I think they're only in now. And we have to see now Ferrari Lakitu, good enough for P17, as Toxic Tomato has spun and they were up in their time, so that is a lap gone and pretty much back of the grid. See now.
It's unfortunate for Toxic Tomato because he was up on his time. Lakitu with a disappointing performance. He was quick.
I believe that's it. That is it for qualifying here. Car person on pole with a 116.1.
Just as I joined the lobby as well. Fantastic. Yes, his car person on pole with a 116.1, as you've said. And that's a great start for Mercedes. A 1-4, and there's a hashtag believe in Black Box in the chat, and well, rightly so. That is excellent. That is a fantastic qualifying session. It is so close, and we are in for a fantastic race. If these drivers can nail it, strategy is going to be a big one here, especially if we do get some safety cars.
Yep, strategy would be a big one. Safety cars can often, they can make stints longer or bring your stint forward, or it could make for a difference in tyre selection, which would be means sometimes you get a bit of a mix-up compared to the norm. But here are your quality results. Car person on pole, followed by Hasara P2, then Rufa is P3, Black Box P4, Bjorn P5, Bugatti P6, E1 Baker P7, Stefano P8, Boral P9, Pro Gamer P10, Sancho is P11, Vengeance P12, Grizzly P13, Kippa P14, Saint P15, Terror P16, Nikito P17, and Toxic Tomato P18 on with a medium lap. So, very interesting race in store for us, with close quality, and maybe so Toxic Tomato at the back, with a bit of pace given that his time was set on the medium tyre.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting ones there, actually. There is, of course, you wouldn't really expect Car Person to take Paul out of that grid. He stormed it. He wasn't the quickest in the world last season. He is proving himself in the early parts of this season. That is a great lap for him. Hopefully he can keep that momentum in the race.
I believe we might have Yogurt joining at some point in the races. Are you in or not?
It is just having some issues now. I was just stuck on the pit lane, but we will try to get in now for the race. The brilliant Codemasters once again proving to my joy in the early parts of this season. If you did watch F5 last season, you would have noticed that they weren't me and Brendan's best friends in the world. They most certainly are not now either. But a fantastic race, and honestly I couldn't tell who wins this one, because it's going to be a really close one, especially with Car Person on pole, his teammate in fourth. There will be some teamwork definitely from those two, because it's all about getting a good result for the team in the opening rounds. Of course, if them two are going for the title later on in the season, might be as much teamwork, but it's the first round, it is new beginnings, and you want a good start.
Oh god. I'm getting the timer thing, so it is ticking down. Hopefully we will get going. Please.
Hopefully we do get going. I have the timer on my screen as well, however I am in the loading screen. Yep. So, as we were saying...
we're going. We have a formation lap. Ridiculous.
And I am in and ready to go. It's all worked out in the end. Thank you, Codemasters, for getting this one sorted. The tyres that the drivers will be starting on is the mediums for Ecos Sancho Wiz. Apologies for that. That is a mouthful and a half from the first time you say it. Vengeance also. Vengeance, it's currently about 4 or 5 in the morning for him. So I really respect the commitment. It is then Marcel on the mediums also. The Red Bull opting for a different one. That is K3 Paz. I know it's K3 PA5, but try saying that quickly. OP Zane in the mediums also. Then it is TRT Dower also on the mediums, and same for the bottom three. Yogurt has actually managed to get in, however disconnected there for some reason. But it is Car Person on pole, Hasara second, and then Roof Gaming, who I'm unsure if that he is the main driver for now. I have something different in my notes, but they could be well wrong, as I tend to make a few mistakes there. Some fun facts about Portimao while we're getting ready for the Grand Prix start. It is the biggest city in the Algarve. As we said, there is 64 track options. The corner we're heading up through now is turn 12 of 15. Some interesting names. The Premiera of turn number 1, Samsung of number 8. I wonder, is 9 called Apple? No, it is not. That's called Craig Jones, is number 9. Turn 10 of Portimao, named after the track. We have the turn 14 of Sege. No, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that Portuguese word. And they're going through Galp now, but it's going to be a fantastic race, Brendan.
Yep, it should be a very good race, as we had a very close qualifying, with Roy Track Evolution being a helping hand for some people. And who knows where this race go. So, obviously, Mercedes at the front, Mercedes P4, with an Alpine and Aston in between, and with an army behind them.
Will it be our plan for Hasara? We have some Black Box fans in the comments. Let us know who you're supporting for F5. Oh, Yogurt has Yogurt has gone through again.
I think he's left, so I don't think he's going.
Yeah, I'm unsure to what's going on there. I don't know if we will get the lights going out, or will we have to wait for Yogurt to complete an extra formation lap. I think we may have to wait for Yogurt to complete an extra formation lap. Something has gone on there. But we will have to wait and see. 33 laps of the Portuguese Grand Prix awaiting. We will just have 2 formation laps, which is not a regular occurrence in the slightest.
Every day you get something new.
Something will make one of these races not go smoothly in every way possible on this game. It's fascinating anyways, but this gives us some more time for the Evan and Brendan podcast, which seems to happen so many times in this league.
It's like Russian roulette nearly.
It really is. Will something go wrong? It's always a waiting game. Last season's championship standings, the drivers who you will want to note throughout your diary. Black Box finished 4th last season, taking a race win. Hasara finished 1 behind him in 5th. Yoga finished 1 behind him in 6th. And Bugatti finished 1 behind him in 7th. And then Bjorn finished 1 behind him in 8th. The man who we were talking about there, Yogurt, is coming around to complete his 2nd formation lap now.
Yep, that is very interesting. 2nd formation lap.
No, he's going to go through again.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
He's gone through again. Oh no. Oh no, this is not going well at all. This is not going well at all.
Leave.
So, Yoga's currently... he's back.
What?
Yeah, we're live. Oh no, he's...
Oh no, I've been put out.
Has the race just ended?
It's
all happening in this opening round of PSGL F5.
We apologise for this. No, wait,
We go racing in Portugal, very suddenly, if anything, but we go racing as we head down to turn number 1. It is Carperson who leads. No, it's Hasara who leads. It's a real shambles as we get started in Portugal, but the race is underway. Black Box is up to 3rd spot. Vengeance is already out of the Grand Prix, a very early retirement. Lakitu getting caught up in an incident, as well as Toxic Tomato at the back, but we still go racing. The 2 Mercedes are at it. Black Box trying to move down the inside of his teammate Carperson. Them 2 getting off to a very early start here in this one. Roof Gaming just behind them in the Aston Martin, followed by Bjorn, who has held position in P5. Black Box up 1, so has Hasara. Yogurt has managed to join back. However, Yogurt is currently up to 12th, despite already completing 3 laps technically. The game once again proving a absolute madness.
Yeah.
Well, lap 1 though, and the race has got underway in the most peculiar of circumstances. If we go back the order a bit, there is cars separated everywhere. Yoga technically still not in this one, but his car is there. He is still a running car. Hazara, however, leads by 7/10 of a second.
The Alfa Romeo here in P13.
As the Alfa Romeo of OP Zane outplayed Zane, the outplayed racing crew, which has shot up the league racing order in so many different tiers of the Premier Sim gaming leagues. He's going to have to be shooting up the order here. Gap up the front has cut down, and that's a lot of ERS already used for Carperson. He might be slow person in a moment if he needs to save that a little bit. Black Box right on his heels, but that's Bjorn down the inside of Roof Gaming. Roof Gaming is going to hold this one here. Oh, whoever gets the exit, that was very, very aggressive defending from Roof Gaming, but it is all fair. Bjorn to the inside goes the Hassman. It works out well for him in the end. Roof Gaming has a lot to do on his hands if he wants to hold around the outside. It does not work from just there. There's some beautiful off-board shots of that one. He hasn't managed to hold it there heading into the turn 8 of Samsung, one of the most difficult corners on the F1 game, arguably. Bugatti though managing to do it well. He's got to run on E1 Baker, who was the quickest man for a lot of qualifying. However, he tumbled down the order. Not tumbling down the order now, he's up a spot to 6th position in his AlphaTauri. His AlphaTauri teammate is currently not here, I believe. That is Yogurt, who is somehow, however, in a Red Bull.
Oh my.
And it's a Red Bull of Tim Wentink he is currently standing, so it's all messed up here, but one thing that isn't messed up is this battle for the lead, as Carperson is pushing. He feels he has the pace on Hasara. He's looking for a move into the Primera. I will learn the Portuguese by the end of this race, don't you worry. We're on lap 3 of 33. we are currently looking at Carperson try a move on Hasara. DRS active to the inside. It is going to be for the Mercedes. It's the first real lead swap since the opening lap. Carperson to the inside. Hasara on the outside. Carperson takes the lead of the Premier Sim Gaming League's Portuguese Grand Prix.
Yep. We still got bad things. Ewan Baker is now past Rufa. And Bugatti will probably be looking for a way past soon enough.
Yeah,
Yes.
Rufa is struggling here. The Aston Martin has not picked up the tyres, whatever. He's had a wobble out of Samsung, and that allows Bugatti straight past the Aston Martin. Excellent racing from Bugatti as Rufa's off again. It's going to allow his teammate Pro Gamer through. It has great racing from Pro Gamer to steep that one. Stefano's got him as well. It's all gone wrong for the Aston Martin Roof Gaming. Marcel's up the inside, and he's almost out of the points. It's terrible for Roof. He's fallen like an absolute stone on this lap 3.
That is so strange. How do you...
Something has gone majorly wrong there for the Aston Martin. And Hasara is looking for the lead once again. Carperson, oh, it's close into the braking zone, almost making contact there. Hasara really right on the back of the Mercedes. Black boxes with these though. It is a Mercedes sandwich for the Alpine. It is one Mercedes in front, one Mercedes behind, and a lot of pressure in between them both. Hasara though he's not looking for a move. Carperson though is defending. He's very out of line, was Carperson there. He was not taking any chances of Hasara getting a slipstream. Is Hasara going to go for an audacious move up the inside into Samsung? No, he's more clever than that. He doesn't go for that one.
It's best just to hold on there until the DRS comes, and then you can get... if you just get a nice exit out of the final corner pretty much, and just get the run. And see, Carperson... There's a little bit of a gap there, which you can use.
Yeah, he has that bit of a buffer of about 0.8 of a second. He's pulling out, but Hasara will be under pressure and will be focusing on the man behind him instead. Black box right on his tail. Here comes the Mercedes as he's thundering down the straight. Some lovely helicopter shots here.
If Hasara can just be 2 or 3 tenths closer at the start of the straight, then it's very possible that he can go for an overtake.
I'd love to go for an overtake. Wood, black box. Apologies, would Hasara. So wood, black box. Bjorn is on this train as well. Because F5, we have a history of last lap overtakes for the race lead on the first race. We could keep that trend up here. However, Carperson has to hold on for a long time if he wants to win this one.
Yeah, honestly, if you have a captain your DRS, then the pressure, it'll grow lap by lap. And honestly, you'll be thinking about your strategy, the tyres, whether I need to go defensive here. If sometimes it can just get to you. But other times you can't be calm.
Oh, someone's off. It is Yogurt who is off in a Red Bull. The man who has caused all the controversy in the early parts of this race is off and down to 14th. But just back on the main straight quickly, they all look a bit more spaced out now. One man who isn't spaced out, Bjorn, probably the closest look for him. Hasara is just not getting up there. Bugatti, though, has got past E1 Baker. The Dutchman losing a spot down to 6th to the orange McLaren ahead of him. That is a good move from Bugatti to get it done into turn number 1. These two trains a little bit separated. Bugatti needs to push and needs to get back up onto Bjorn if he wants to stick with the front runners here. Otherwise it will be a swap and change between himself and E1, and that will just lead into a deadlock. They definitely don't want that. That will mean no progress.
Yep, 1.3 now. Bugatti has the chance to close up, and if he can do that, then we would have an 8-car train at the front.
It's the second retirement of the day for TNT Darren. He is out of the race. He's retired manually. As has E1. That's E1. That is E1 Baker who is gone at turn number 12. Something has gone on there, and he has had a spin round. That leaves Bugatti with almost a free train behind him, a free gap to the train behind him, apologies. He is pushing, he's almost on the back of Bjorn. The former Red Bull driver, now in the McLaren, is pushing well. Battle for the lead though, once again. Hasara just not close enough. Into turn 1, lap 7. Already a very interesting race, as the Williams has retired and pulled off to the right hand side, you can see there.
Yep, I was in manual retirement in the pits, so that is it. No safety car needed. Hasara now. Well, it's just close, but not close enough to really mount an attack.
He's just not close enough yet. He needs to
Bugatti
keep the tyres
here
a little bit. He's better ERS by a lot. That is one note. He has 70% ERS and only 17 in front for Carperson. Pro Gamer picking up a 3-second time penalty. The two Aston Martins both holding a time penalty now. That could cost them towards the end of the race. However, it has not been the best race start for Roof Gaming. He has lost 5 spots. Elon Baker has lost 6 spots. And Borl has lost 7 spots. They're your 3 losers so far on the opening 7 laps of the Grand Prix.
Yep, and well, that's another yellow flag. That is Toxic Tomato or Tomato, and it's a full front wing gone, so have to be careful driving back round. So now let's see,
Here comes Hasara. He's into the slipstream. Is he going to go for the move into turn 1? He's just backed out and he needs to be a little bit more braver. He wants to take the move. Stefano, however, has got the move done on the Aston Martin Pro Gamer. 2 Aston Martins both losing spots now in this race. Stefano is now up to 6th. Good move from him. As Lakitu picks up a 3 seconds, he is up to 12th, mind you. So despite poor qualifying, he's doing well and he is up to 12th.
Bugatti now is just staying around that 1.3, 1.4 second gap. I might just be thinking, if it just had the DRS. This is 1.2.
E1 and Lakitu are battling here. Lakitu is really holding it to the Aston Martin, the AlphaTauri, apologies, who was up front running, although I think that may be the end of that, as E1 has got the move. Hasara is much closer on this lap, needs to keep this close to the corners, and definitely will have a shot for the race lead heading into turn 1. We should see the pit stop window open soon, as that is a retirement for the McLaren of Toxic Tomato. That is 3 retirements in the early parts of this race. Carperson, I thought he was into the pits for a second. He knows he's close. He knows he needs to weave, and that weave might have helped him here. He will defend the inside. Hasara will go for the outside. He's going to try and dummy him. Is the Alpine? No. The standard around the outside has not worked for Hasara. He'll have to be a bit more creative than that. That was good defence from Carperson, mind you.
Yeah, good defending, just cover the inside. It's a little bit oversteer there.
Oh, here comes Black Box. Black Box to the inside. It's invited him through the Mercedes to make it a Mercedes. 1-2, he's round. Black Box around. He has not got the move done, and he has spun round and will drop down the order. Will come out at P5. Hasn't lost too much. He's on the back of Bugatti, but that is a controversial one, and Black Box has been spun round.
That does mean Bugatti now has a chance. Black Box as well will be trying to catch up. Bugatti may now have gotten inside DRS range, so shoes on the other foot now. It's Black Box's turn to be trying to get into DRS range from P5.
This also means that Hasara has free room behind him and he can attack Carperson out of turn 14. Heading into turn 15 of Galp, a flat out corner easily in these sort of conditions, and tucked into the DRS and the slipstream. He's not burning ERS, he's not really close enough on this occasion, is Hasara. He was a lot closer on the last lap. He's gaining, it's not close enough yet.
You see the red light flashing at the back of that Mercedes car. Hasn't got much ERS. Oh, but close there.
That was very close. Hasara almost running into the back of Carperson, but look at Bjorn right behind Hasara, 1/10 of a second. He's not really one who we've spoken about yet, but he is so close. We have 23 laps to go.
Black Box and Pro Gamer having a bit of a scrap.
Black Box,
but I think Black Box will keep that position.
He needs to keep that position if he still wants to stick with these front runners. He was running well, but he needs to keep this position and not drop behind the Aston Martin, who did get back past Stefano. He got back past there despite losing that spot. And Hasara seems to be struggling here. He's dropped 0.6 of a second behind. Bjorn is the one in the best position here. He could get past Hasara.
Yeah, Bjorn's not in a bad position at all. Hasn't really been fighting, so there is a chance he can just really use a little bit extra grip.
2:15 of Galp. Carperson is into the pit lane. Carperson is into the pit lane. Hasara has not reacted, and here comes Bjorn. This is for the race lead now. The Haas to the inside as we head down towards turn 1. It is going to be an easy enough move for Bjorn. He gets the job done. Hasara cannot pull a switch back, and that will be Haas who leads the Portuguese Grand Prix. Keep an eye on where Carperson comes out, though. Ewell Baker's got a 5 for speeding in the pit lane. Carperson might have did a good job with the undercut.
And I think he'll have come out in a bit of fresh air, or well, clean air.
He has
So-
5.9 seconds to the car of Yogurt in front. Good call for Mercedes to bring in Carperson.
Oh, see, now Black Box now doesn't have to worry about double stack. So that is the added benefit. Although
Eases his mind
Programmer
also,
is
yeah.
past him, so
He has.
let's
He is
see
past
now.
him. That's not what he wanted. Pro Gamer up 6 spots to P4, 2.6 seconds behind Bugatti in the McLaren. Although I don't think he'll mind that in the slightest. Keep an eye, if Bjorn doesn't pit this lap, Hasara will probably pit or take the race lead off him. We'll see what they do though. We'll see if he's struggling a bit on their tyres.
Let's see now. Either him in the pit.
Bjorn
Bjorn's in.
and
So is
Hasara,
it.
Hasara stays
Oh!
out. Hasara
He's
almost clattering the pit wall, but he does stay out. He's got to try something different. Bugatti is in. Pro Gamer stays out. The
Black Box and
tyres.
Stefano were in. So
Let's keep an eye where Carperson will arrive. He's gone on the hard tyres. That's not a good call. That is not a good call at all. The mediums can make the end from here.
Yeah, mediums can definitely make the end, so he might be in trouble. Let's
Here we
see.
go though. You can see Bjorn. He will be on your right hand side. There's Bjorn. There is the Mercedes of Carperson. It hasn't worked. Or will it work? There goes Carperson. He gets the provisional race lead once again, but just about. If Hasara pumps in a good lap here, he could take this race lead and be on a better tyre than Carperson, because Carperson has made a big mistake and gone for the hard tyres. That was not the call. That was not the call in the slightest.
But I think the hard tyres do become better maybe 10 or so laps in, as they eventually do find a decent window. But obviously he'll have to try keep Bjorn behind until that window comes.
He's a good defender, but how good really is he? Because Bjorn is running well in this race. Because last season Bjorn was running really well in Bahrain and then crashed, so anything could happen. Hasara is into the pit lane on this occasion. Almost speeding in the pit lane. So is Pro Gamer. That means Roof has to stay out for another lap.
Yep, Roof's staying out. Now see, he will get the benefit of fresher tyres. I won't have to do as much management, but the undercut is very powerful here, as it can be in most
We could have a
tracks.
bit of a situation here where it will be Bjorn attacking Carperson and Hasara on the exit of the pit lane. I don't know what camera angle you have on the stream there, Brendan, but here is Hasara. There's the two battling. Hasara, oh, side by side, it's going to be really
Hasara's
close.
got it
Bjorn's
done.
got the move. Hasara's blocked Bjorn and Carperson to the inside. It's all ended well for them all, seemingly, but Bjorn still trying to move on Hasara. Hasara has retaken this race lead. He's got them both. Carperson has 11% DRS. He's used it all. It's a terrible situation. Carperson finds himself
Look at
in.
Bugatti
Bjorn
now.
has gone. Look at Bugatti is well involved. It's a 4-car fight for the provisional race lead. Hasara has managed to get away from Bjorn, but Bugatti has got past Carperson, and Carperson has found himself in the race lead to a provisional P4.
Yep, it's all gone wrong now. He thought he might have just gone away with it, but clearly Hasara had some tyre life in hand, and it has worked. Because he has pulled an overcut when we thought the undercut would be the way to go.
Yep,
So now
everyone
our
thought the
order
undercut would
is
be the way to go, but Hasara has managed to pull that off and now leads the Portuguese Grand Prix, but Bjorn is still behind him, still right behind him, and we still will have the people boxing off the mediums onto the softs. Those are Marcel, Ecos, Sanchoiz, Lakitu and Roof. but keep an eye here. Yogan into the pit lane. Bjorn is going for the race lead on Hasara. He's going for the race lead on Hasara. He's skipped down the inside. Hasn't paid off. Not just yet. Still on the inside of the Alpine. This is great fighting from the two. He has backed off for the DRS. That could be a clever decision for Bjorn. He's still burning a lot of ERS. He's going to try the inside. Hasara's going to defend. But Bjorn, that's pure class to get the move done and not be cautious of the switchback.
Bugatti trying to sneak his way into P.
Yeah, he stuck a nose up the inside of Hasara. And that's clever driving from Bugatti to just stick the nose up the inside. Hasara know he's there, but Hasara will still set his sights on getting back past the Haas of Bjorn. He's gone for it into Portimao. It's a very early move and hasn't paid off, understandably so, but that was not where you'd think he'd go for it. That was, oh, he's almost gone for it again. He's very late on the brakes at Hasara. This is a no assists tier, there is no ABS. He'll be suffering from a few lockups.
Let's see now, where is he going to go? Will he try left or right? Will he even get a chance? It looks like it's close enough, and he'll go to the right.
He's closing in. He's going to go down the inside, but if this goes wrong, Bugatti is right on their tails. Hasara has got the move done on Bjorn, but Bugatti is still there. No, he has not. Bjorn's defended it beautifully. Really good job from Bjorn to defend that one. If you get the tires up on screen, Brendan, there you can see this is the fight for the provisional race lead. Of course, the top three have not pit just yet.
Oh, car person and the oversteer there.
Car person is struggling on the hards, as you can imagine. Hards are not good tyres around here.
They would.
Apologies, I don't know if you're speaking, but you just cut out there very suddenly. Hope that resolves soon. Bjorn still leads this Portuguese Grand Prix 0.5 of a second. On the action, it is Bjorn who is still leading. No real moves from the front four just yet.
Hi. Well, we got there in the end.
Bit of a controller died, I believe, Brendan, there, but here comes Hasara for the race lead. His battery will also die in a moment if he doesn't manage it. We're doing a too good a job.
Well, the battery of my controller is fine now. Obviously, we have some other people joining this train. As I have we have the Aston Martins, and
the Astons are running well despite the early start, but Bugatti's almost snuck one up the inside of Hasara. Black Box has fallen down. He's 4.2 off the back of Stefano, who he was ahead of before the pit stop, so I'm unsure if something's gone on there between Black Box and Stefano, maybe, but Black Box is down to 11th. And he was running where Bugatti is running. A provisional P3.
Yep, so all back to normal now. And let's see, Bjorn, he has 7 tenths now. Let's see, Zara, are we trying to close up? Maybe just use the pure power of DRS. And it is...
Keep an eye on Bugatti. Bugatti could go for the move here on the Alpine. He's gaining... No, he's not close enough. He's not burning ERS. He's 67
no, look,
in
the programmer.
tank.
He's standing inside the car person.
He's got per car person. And that's what the difference between the mediums and the hards will do. Programmer has got the move done, and the Mercedes had been pushed out of the way by Roof. Pro Gamer and Roof both getting the move done there. That's good racing from the Astons. Hit the double whammy. And, oh no, I think car person could be lagging. I think he could be lagging here because he's all over the shop. You can see him ghosting. He has got the move back done on Roof, and he will keep it heading into Samsung.
And Bonji's, I don't know if my connection or something is going wrong, but yes, just saying some stuff, but I think we should be fine.
Yeah, but it's all fine. It looks like I have the stream open beside me. Got that notification, but the stream is still okay. One thing that's not probably okay for Bjorn is the fact he is approaching traffic in a few laps' time.
Yeah, yeah.
4 seconds to traffic.
Will he be able to clear it in time? That is the big question.
Here, will Bugatti have another go on Hasara? He could do it getting the move done now, because he could set his sights on the race win then.
Let's see, is the car person is sticking with these Aston Martins.
He is, but he wants to be in front of them, because that's where he qualified a pole, of course, remember that. His strategy is a horrendous one. It has not worked out at all for car person.
Probably need a little bit of luck now to try get back up to where he was, at least. Maybe P4, P3. But P2 or even P1, well, P1 or even P2 will be a bit of a stretch now at this point. And let's see, Bjorn, he's a very good chance here, although depends on when will the K2 pit. I don't think he'll pit in time for him to be a non-factor.
I don't think so, but Bugatti has 81% DRS and he's on the back of Hasara.
He's using it.
He's using it, he's going for the move now.
Or not.
Or is he? No, he's
Hasara
not.
seems to have very good straight line speed, even without the usage of ERS.
Yeah, whatever setup he's running is very good, but Bjorn is catching up to the Ferrari, and if he doesn't dispatch this Ferrari very quickly, he will struggle and fall behind Hasara possibly.
That's the thing, obviously he will get the DRS, so it can protect him on the straights, but obviously in the corners it'll just hold him up and bunch everyone up near him.
Keep an eye here. There's a lot still to play for in this Grand Prix. We're over halfway through. 13 laps almost to go. Still a lot to play for.
I just wonder if the K2 will be thinking about just pitting and not trying to lose time fighting anyone here, but obviously pitting this early would not really be helpful for the strategy. So let's see now, is Lakito going to pit this lap? Doesn't look like it.
No, he stays out. This could be a crucial moment to decide the race win. If Bjorn catches him, he has to get past him, or he will be held up by him, and then Hasara will be right on Bjorn's tail. Bjorn needs to pull out all the moves in the book and get past the Ferrari.
Honestly, if he could get past here, it would be a great benefit.
Yep, he's pushing. You can see the ERS being burned. He is pushing. Is he going to stand with any? It's from a long way back, but he has pulled it. It is from a long way back. He has pulled the trigger and got the move done. Excellent move from Bjorn, and now the car behind him is an advantage to him, because now Hasara has to dispatch this car. Great racing from Bjorn. He has pulled that beautifully. Is Hasara going to go for a move into turn 10? He really could do with getting the move done here, but he is not close enough. So that is now advantage Bjorn.
Advantage Bjorn indeed. Let's look at how much Bjorn's pulling away now. And this could be the difference.
Yeah, it's a second. It is a second now between Bjorn and Lakitu, meaning Hasara is stuck behind this. It is 1.3 seconds. That is Marcel, who's in the pits. He'll go for the set of softs to the end. And Hasara will get DRS from Lakitu. Lakitu pulls into the pits. He's not even going to get a slipstream. Look at Bugatti. Bugatti's gone for P2 here. Or what will be P2 by the time all the pitters have gone. He has got past. What a horrendous lap for Hasara. Not only has he fallen off the back of our race leader, he has also lost a position.
Yep. But look at how far car person's fell now. Even Stefano's passed.
Stefano's past car person, and that's how far he has fallen back. He was at pole sitter, I remember.
Yeah. That's rude.
There goes the Astons. The Astons swapping. Unsure if that's a team order or if that is pace, but the Astons have swapped.
I would assume that's just a standard overtake. No team orders really, not at this point anyway.
Yeah, definitely not at this point in the season. Imagine that was just a standard overtake.
See, Bjorn now is P2 on track, and then should inherit P1 once Sancho does pit. And
Sancho is running well, mind you. He is into the pits now, meaning Bjorn will take the race lead. We'll see where he'll come out. He'll come out about 10th with Marcel. He's got a 5, speeding in the pits though. That's not very good.
Look at Black Box, honestly. He's now within car person's DRS. And he was the one who had a spin. Bugatti now with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and is now in the DRS.
He's pushing. He's really quick now because he's been able to burn that ERS and catch back up. He's now 4 tenths behind our race leader of Bjorn. So he is doing really, really well here.
Now see, that means Hasara now is brought back into this.
Yellow
as well.
flag, oh, it's roof! Oh, off to the right hand side. This could change the whole race. It's a virtual safety car, not a full course. But he is off to the right hand side, has the Aston Martin, and that is a big spanner in the works here because he was running really well.
I can tell you, Marcel and Sancho are probably very angry right now, given that if they just stayed out 1 or 2 more laps, they would have been able to get a free pit stop and potentially had a chance of a win.
Yeah, that would have been a masterclass from them because they would have been coming up to the pits when the virtual safety car was still out. This won't change much in terms of the race unless someone does get a drive-through. We will keep about the same gaps here or there unless any of these decide to pit, but I can't imagine they will because them tyres will definitely get to the end unless Carperson decides to abandon ship. Although he's got this far, I don't see why he would now. Look at the gap though between Bjorn and Bugatti. It is only about 3 tenths of a second.
So it means Bjorn doesn't have to worry about being attacked on this straight.
He could also hope for a Bugatti drive-through. That would definitely take his fancy. We go racing again in Portugal, and that has worked out well for Bjorn because he's another lap to try pull away from the McLaren a little bit more. However, the McLaren has got all his ERS back under the VSC. And that is Roof, who's left the session. Unfortunate for him to have that DNF. Lakitu has got past his teammate already and has got past E1 Baker. They are both in the pit lane for a fresh to the softs, I can imagine.
Yeah, I would assume so. Probably just not much else for me to do, just maybe go for a bit of a late race charge.
Yeah, just make it interesting for themselves. Try to charge through, take a couple fastest laps and see how they get on. Hasara is still in this one. He may have got overtaken. He is still in this race. Do not count him out. We're on for a fantastic race finish.
Indeed we are, as Carperson
Yellow
is
flag,
gone.
it's Carperson. He is out of the Grand Prix. Will this bring out the full course caution?
No,
No, it will not.
That's manual.
Yeah, it was a manual on-track retirement for Carperson. Battle for the lead though. Battle for the lead. Here comes Bugatti. He's lifting off heading into turn 1. He wants to stay behind, does Bugatti.
Sancho is fastest lap and already up to P8.
Sancho is flying. The E-Cosman currently in 8th position. He is flying and only 6 tenths of a second behind Stefano, who is only 6 tenths of a second behind Marcel. So they are running well, the softs guys, but a real shot in the late part of the Grand.
Yeah. Next up for Sancho will be Stefano. See, Marcel also on the soft will be looking to attack Black Box. We'll see then a little bit of a gap to Programmer, who is a. And then there's more of a gap then to the top 3.
Yes, of course, the top 3 all in a little bit of a world of their own since Black Box and Carperson. Mercedes qualified so well, hasn't been the best race for them just yet.
Yeah. What was looking good for both Mercedes and Aston is now only one car from each team is going to finish at best. As Bugatti close, just
here comes Bugatti, yeah. He lifts off again.
Fastest lap. Will be looking to pass Black Box. He's done so. Black Box not really defending too much there. maybe looking to try get back at Marcel into second DRS though, but doesn't seem so. Marcel just has the grip from the exit to pull away before any benefit DRS is seen by Black Box. So next up for Marcel, 3.4 seconds to programmer. Ewan Baker now fastest lap with Bugatti looking like he was a good chance of getting past Bjorn.
Yeah, it's exciting. We said, of course, that the top three, or the top two certainly, have been fighting on the last lap of the race for the past 2 seasons. It could well happen again here.
Let's see now, Bugatti is close this time. Ooh, it'll be very close. It's up, gaining, lifting.
Yeah, he's still sticking behind. He doesn't want to make the move just yet, which is an interesting one. He's really conservative, here is Bugatti, and it's a clever side of driving that we haven't seen before in the past seasons.
Yep, honestly, first race, you're just looking to get points on the board. Maybe make a good impression. Just to see that, to show them, well, you definitely deserved your tier, or you could say, if I was in a higher tier, I'd be nearly doing just as well.
Of course, the main thing is to win the championship in this tier for them. That is definitely the focus.
See, some people have DNF'd, so if you can consolidate a result here, it is a very good thing for you.
It's a good start of the season as well. It's a good foot to plant on the ground.
Can often set the tone as well, as if your mind is thinking, alright, I have a P2, I can build on that, but if you go for some move and then you end up with nothing, you're thinking, already you're on the back foot for the season. So I don't think Bugatti will be close enough to make a move here.
No, I don't think he will. Plus, he doesn't seem like he wants to move. Really, at this point in the race, he definitely does want the move, just not yet. He is driving a clever race here, is Bugatti. He still has 6 laps to make the move, and he knows that. And if he makes the move now, Bjorn will arguably get back past them on the next lap.
Yep, and doesn't want to use up the ERS that has been built up. So I think keeping the advantage, because
he's really close this lap though.
This lap, I'll see, a little more to go before you get to bite the DRS.
Hasara is still sticking with this lot. He doesn't have the ERS really, but he is sticking with them, meaning he does have the pace. And we are in a real stalemate in this point in the Grand Prix between these three, so we will drop back for a moment, and Yogurt has passed his teammate for P9, the man who got 3 laps to heat up his tyres at the start of the race. He is now up to 9th spot, and Sanchois hasn't got past Black Box yet.
Yeah, sometimes you just feel like you hit a brick wall. Let's see if Bugatti want to close enough this time. Nope, doesn't look like it. And I'll see Hasara here. It's just been a bit of waiting, just seeing if any fighting begins. He might be able to sneak through and gain a position or two.
Right. Hasara was still set aside on winning this race because he doesn't have much to lose from this point. What goes wrong and he gets P3 anyways, he can risk more than the front two can.
Yep, obviously if you are, he has a chance if anyone slips up, he can risk it and go down the inside.
Yep, exactly. If something goes wrong in the last lap between these two, Hasara can take the race win.
See, Bugatti at the moment showing that he is looking to more to consolidate P2 than risk it all for the win. Obviously, last laps here can get fairly interesting.
It certainly can, and it's a difficult track to overtake on and an easy one at the same time. I know that doesn't seem like it makes sense, but there's lots of spots, to defend.
See now, Bugatti is closer this time. is gaining.
He's much closer.
Gaining, and the ERS difference is starting to really show.
He has 60%. Bjorn has 29. Bjorn is using to keep ahead of Bugatti. Bugatti is not using to keep with Bjorn.
Yep, that is the story of things at the moment. We're on lap 29. So you have a chance of lap 30, 31, 32 and 33. So we're able to see about 4 more chances on the long main straight. And also some second bites of the cherry as obviously on the smaller deal. Oh, it's Bugatti made a mistake!
Oh,
Hasara is true!
Bugatti made a mistake! Hasara is true! And that is what we were talking about, with Hasara being able to capitalise on a mistake from either. Bugatti has made that mistake, and Hasara is true. The pressure is now on Bugatti to catch back up to that position that he was so comfortable in. He is now not in that position and has to take risk and try and make 2 moves. He can burn a bit of ERS here though and take this position straight back off the Alpine. Not burning as of now, and doesn't look like he is going to burn. However, he only has 3 laps to get past both of them.
Yep, his task has been made doubly difficult now. See, you have to get past 2 cars instead of 1. As Bjorn, 3 seconds.
He is at the back of the grid, is Bjorn. He's not running
He's
too well
it now,
there.
But just, that was a bit pointless because it didn't gain him anything.
He didn't use enough of it to get past.
Yeah.
Hasara now finds himself in a good spot. He was keeping calm behind. He is now on the back of Bjorn. Bjorn is still doing really well to stay ahead of both of these stuff.
Pressure game still into play as Bugatti may have fallen to the pressure game here. Whether he can recover is
He'd be disappointed in himself if he can't recover, although I think he can because he's so much ERS. He could just blitz past Hasara on this straight and then stick behind Bjorn, but he might not want to do that.
See, this has pretty much been a spanner in the works for his plans. He's using a little bit now, and see, getting that big gain here.
Here we go, he's burning now, he wants to move now, does Bugatti. Hasara also burning to defend. Here comes Bugatti, down the main straight, keeps in the slipstream. Hasara defends. Hasara is going to go for the race lead. He has got it, and they've almost made contact. He has not got it. Bugatti is pressure. He's poke on for a move, and this is unbelievable racing. Hasara went for the move, and so did Bugatti. Neither of them got the spot, and now it's all kicking off, and now we have some Grand Prix racing on our hands.
I'll see the advantage now for Bugatti is a bit lower. Probably missed an opportunity there as he got boxed in behind Bjorn. If he had just had the inside, he probably would have got the lead.
If he had been in Hasara's position, he'd be leading this race. But he wasn't, so now he has to go again.
It's only 2 more real opportunities with some little extra way to off the cherry. If he can just
needs to try to get past this lap, past Hasara this lap. He's burning it now. He knows it's now or never, and he knows he needs to get past the Alpine if he wants a shot at the Haas. But here we go. I don't think he's going to get past either. He's gaining. Hasara's gaining on Bjorn. None of them are close enough. Can anyone carry some extra speed through 1? I don't think he can. And he's going to try the outside of Hasara. Bugatti cannot make the move done. Cannot make the move there, apologies. Cannot get the move done. He's going to try it on the run down to the Lorray Veep corner. Oh, he's run to the back! He's run into the back of the Alpine! And this means we once again, folks, will have that last lap shootout that we so love in F5. Hasara versus Bjorn versus Bugatti. 3 drivers who were in F5 last season. They're here again. They're going for it again. And this could mean one of them could take their first PSGL F5 win. And Hasara's wide. Hasara's wide. Bugatti's got the spot that he's so badly. No, he hasn't. This battle could help Bjorn. They need to keep with the Haas. And I made contact. Bugatti and Hasara could lose it all here. Scrapping over 2. Not looking at 1. It's 1.4. I don't believe it. It's 1.3 now, meaning they will not get the DRS on the main straight, and scrapping over second has cost them both first. Bugatti's burning everything. He's no ERS left. He has second spot, but it has cost him the victory, and that is crazy scenes. He won't get a goal
look
for
at black
first
box
now.
and Marcel. Marcel had to go off track there, so some more action further down the field.
Some great battling here. Bugatti's pushing it all, but surely it's in Bjorn's hands now, and that is crazy from both of them. They both had a shot at the win on the last lap, but they got too busy scrapping over second, and it has cost them first in the Portuguese Grand Prix. Surely this race belongs to Bjorn now.
Surely. I don't think Marcel's could hamper them as Bjorn. Oh, he hasn't made a mistake at the corner. He just went through, unlike the other 2 contenders for the win. And it looks like it's going to be...
He's still pushing. A mistake from Bjorn. This is his, but it is so close. I don't think he's going to make a mistake. Hasn't made a mistake all day. And Bugatti and Hasara were the ones who made the mistakes. The mistakes have cost them, but it's going to be Bjorn who is going to win the Portuguese Grand Prix. There he is, crosses the line. Bjorn is your championship leader and opening race winner in PSGL F5. Hasara will finish 3rd. Pro Gamer will come across 6th in the end due to penalties. Black Box will still get 4th. Marcel 5th, Pro Gamer 6th, Stefano 7th, it'll be ADRT, K3P 8-5, that's a mouthful, in 8th, Yogurt 9th, Sanchoiz will get 10th, Lakitu 11th, and Zane in 12th.
There you go.
What a crazy end to a crazy race, and that is really a lesson for Bugatti and Hasara. They cost themselves both a shot at the race win there, and handed it to Bjorn.
Oh, see, Hasara, he tried to make up for his mistake, and well, yeah, see, sometimes you just have to look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, you do. And that has ended terribly. Well, they won't be so disappointed. It's an opening race podium. It's still something to be proud of.
Indeed. They've put on a show for us. So, yeah.
All happy in the chat so far, and it was a fantastic race. It was a fantastic scrap right till the end, and we produced a banger for the opening race of the season. A very interesting race.
I think Vengeance isn't happy though, but that's probably because he got caught up in an incident at the start, and there is your race results. Bjorn wins with Bugatti P2, Hasara in P3, then Black Box P4, Marcel P5, Gamer P6, Stefano P7, ADRT K3 P85, P8, P9, Subject was P10, Zane P11, Nikita P12, Warren P13, Baker P14, DNF's the car person, Rufa, Toxic Tomato, Dara, and Vengeance. Hi, your final thoughts?
It's a great race. Enjoyed every second of that. That was a fantastic one. If that sets the standard for what we have to come, we are in for a fantastic season.
Indeed we are. See, we will be back next week, I believe. So, hopefully we will see you there. And from us here now, it is goodbye until next Monday. Thank you all for watching.